What's your name, soldier?
Hua Jun, Commander. Son of Hua Zhou.
You will now take the oath of the warrior.
Loyal.
Brave. True.
That was a live look at Mulan, the live-action remake, with his take on this and other new releases. I'm joined by Richard Crouse, film critic and the host of Pop Life. Hello there, Richard. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, Marcia.
All right, finally, Mulan's time has come. Gosh, this movie is going to be seen by people. Does it live up to the animated film? And I'll call it a classic.
Yeah, it's a much different movie than that. You'll find it on Disney Plus. It was shot for a theatrical release, and you can really feel that. It's quite epic in its scope. It cost $200 million to make. So these action sequences where Mulan, who poses as a man to join the Emperor's army in the place of her father, the action scenes that she takes a part in are really spectacular. They are beautifully shot. They are, for the most part, bloodless, which I should mention because this is on the Disney Channel and little kids will be watching. It might not be for very little kids, but for, you know, tweens and up, I think it's probably fine in terms of the intensity level. But it's a much different movie. They've taken away all the songs. They have taken away the stereotypes that were part of the original animated cartoon or film and gone back to the 6th century Ballad of Mulan as the inspiration for the story. So it feels like a more grown-up, mature version of Mulan, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Ah, you liked it. Okay. Next, I'm thinking of ending things. That's the name of the movie. That's not this segment between you and I. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, and this one is on Netflix. You'll find it there. It's directed by Charlie Kaufman. If that name rings a bell, it's because you were paying attention to the credits of movies like Adaptation and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Being John Malkovich, because he wrote all of those. So you can go into I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is based on a novel by a Canadian novelist named Ian Reid, knowing that this is going to be cerebral. It is going to play around with the idea of what's real and what isn't quite a bit. So you have a young couple played by Jessie Buckley and Jesse Plemons. They are off to meet his parents for the first time, and things seem to be going quite well. She seems to be enjoying the relationship, but her internal monologue keeps coming up with this idea that even though things are going okay, she's thinking about ending things with him. She meets the parents, they're a little eccentric, and then later on, they go to his old high school, an abandoned high school, and that's where the movie takes a really trippy turn, which is going to separate, I think, people who are adventurous from those who are not quite as adventurous in their movie-going tastes. I like this movie. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Jessie Buckley is incredible in this movie. She is one of the best new actors that we have going here, and it's worth it just to have a look at her work. So it's 3.5 out of 5.
And it's already on Netflix.
It is there right as we speak.
Okay. Let's talk about Odd Man Rush. This is a story about a player's love of hockey.
Yeah, this is based on a real-life memoir by a guy called Bill Keenan, who had dreams of playing in the NHL, which were never fulfilled. He ended up playing in the pro minor leagues in Europe. And in this slightly fictionalized story, he ends up in Sweden after starting a fairly promising career playing hockey at Harvard before he was sidelined by injuries. Injuries aside, he follows his dream. He ends up in Europe. And while he's there, you know, getting knocked around a little bit, not making very much money, he meets a Swedish woman. He begins a relationship with her that makes him kind of reassess all the dreams that he's had in terms of hockey stardom. And what I liked about this movie, it's a little rough and tumble. It's kind of almost like Slapshot in a lot of ways from the 1970s. But what I liked about this movie is, whether you're a hockey fan or not, this movie is about a very universal topic, which is how long do you follow your dreams before you have to say, I don't think this is going to work out for me, and you have to confront something that you've always wanted. It does a good job of getting that message along and being kind of thought-provoking for a hockey film. So I give it 3 out of 5 stars.
Okay, Richard Crouse, thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely, Marcia.